To the world, Ryan Evans was the life of counting cars, the man with the golden touch, the paint wizard behind some of the most jaw-dropping rides to ever roll out of Count's Customs. With his wild hair, cool demeanor, and artistic genius, he became more than just a TV personality. He became a fan favorite. But behind the roaring engines and glossy finishes, Ryan's life hasn't been all shine and chrome. Because away from the cameras, Ryan's story is one marked by exhaustion, sacrifice, and heartbreak, one that nearly cost him everything. And now, fans are asking one painful question. What really happened to Ryan from counting cars? And why has his life taken such a tragic turn? The rise of a true artist. Long before fame, long before counting cars even existed, Ryan Evans was just a guy from Las Vegas with a passion for art and cars. He started small, working his way up through local garages, painting bikes and hot rods for anyone who would trust him with their pride and joy. But Ryan wasn't like the others. He had an eye, a way of seeing cars not just as machines, but as canvases. Every flame, stripe, and fade told a story. Every car he touched seemed to come alive. When he crossed paths with Danny the Count Coker, the legendary owner of Count's Customs, it was destiny. Danny saw something in Ryan, a raw, untamed creativity that matched his own obsession with speed and style. Together, they became unstoppable. When Counting Cars premiered on the History Channel in 2012, Ryan's artistry quickly made him the breakout star. His custom paint jobs were more than craftsmanship. They were masterpieces. Fans adored him for his talent, his authenticity, and his easygoing charm. But as the show grew, so did the pressure. Because while the audience saw the smiles, the laughs, and the beautiful cars, behind the scenes, the reality was far tougher. So what was happening behind those shop doors that viewers never got to see? The weight of fame. At first, being on Counting Cars felt like a dream come true. Ryan was doing what he loved, surrounded by friends, working on incredible builds, and getting recognition for his art. But fame came with a price. Suddenly, every move was under scrutiny. Every paint job, every mistake, every delay was judged not only by Danny, but by millions of viewers. And as the show's popularity exploded, the demands became relentless. Deadlines got tighter, the builds got bigger, and the expectations? Higher than ever. Ryan began working insane hours, sometimes 14 or 16-hour days, juggling multiple projects at once, all while keeping up his on-screen energy. He once joked about living at the shop, but for those close to him, it wasn't funny. It was reality. The grind started taking a toll on his health, his relationships, and his peace of mind. People often forget that behind the paint mask and the smile is a man who gives everything, mentally, emotionally, and physically, to his craft. The pressure to deliver perfection every single time was immense. And when you mix long hours, television stress, and creative burnout, something eventually breaks. But the most heartbreaking part? Ryan didn't let anyone see the cracks forming. He kept smiling for the cameras. He kept joking with Danny. Because for him, quitting wasn't an option. But, as we'd soon learn, the fame that once made his dream come true was slowly turning into a nightmare. The fallout at Count's Customs. Over time, fans noticed something strange. Ryan, once the centerpiece of Counting Cars, started appearing less frequently in certain episodes. Rumors began swirling. Was he leaving the show? Was there tension with Danny Coker? Inside Count's Customs, the pressure was real. Running a high-profile custom shop meant more than just cool cars. It meant big contracts, tight budgets, and corporate oversight from network producers. Danny, as the boss, often had to make tough decisions, and Ryan was caught in the middle of it all. The two men shared immense respect, but they also shared something else: passion. And passion when pushed to its limits, can lead to conflict. There were rumors of creative disagreements. Ryan's artistic vision sometimes clashed with Danny's business goals. Fans could sense the tension even if it never exploded on camera. But behind the scenes, Ryan was struggling with something even deeper: the emotional exhaustion of trying to live up to the impossible image of perfection that Counting Cars had built around him. He wasn't just a mechanic or a painter anymore. He was Ryan Evans from TV. And that title, as glamorous as it sounded, came with a crushing weight. Was Ryan finally reaching his breaking point? The personal struggles no one knew about. While Ryan rarely discusses his personal life publicly, those close to him know he's faced his share of hardship. Balancing fame, work, and family life isn't easy, especially in the world of reality television. The long filming schedules kept him away from home for weeks, sometimes months. He missed birthdays, anniversaries, and quiet moments, the kind of memories that don't come back. It's something many reality stars face: the illusion of success masking a growing emptiness inside. Ryan began feeling the strain. Friends say he grew quieter, more reflective. He loved what he did, but it was clear the show had taken something from him, something he might never get back. The constant exposure also brought new dangers: fake rumors online, strangers digging into his private life, people mistaking the man on TV for the character they saw each week. Ryan wasn't built for the spotlight. He was built for the workshop, for creativity, for craftsmanship, for peace. And when that peace was gone, what was left? The accident that changed everything. In 2018, tragedy struck Counts Customs when fellow employee and friend Rolly Sabo was involved in a devastating motorcycle accident. The incident shook the entire crew, and it hit Ryan especially hard. He saw firsthand how quickly everything could be taken away. It reminded him that fame and fortune mean nothing without health, family, and peace of mind. After that, Ryan became noticeably more guarded, more introspective. He started focusing less on fame and more on meaning, giving back, spending time with loved ones, and protecting his mental health. But even with this newfound perspective, the toll of years in the industry, the pressure, the exhaustion, the emotional wear, left its scars. Ryan may not have faced the kind of tragedy that makes headlines, but for those who know him, the heartbreak lies in how much he sacrificed to keep doing what he loves. Because sometimes tragedy isn't just loss, it's the slow realization that success came at a cost you never expected to pay. The future of Ryan Evans. So where is Ryan today? After years of speculation about his future on Counting Cars, fans were relieved to see him remain an integral part of Counts Customs. But the Ryan they see now is different. Wiser, quieter, more deliberate. He's learned to protect his peace. He still paints, still creates, but he's no longer driven by fame. He's driven by passion, the same passion that started it all. These days, Ryan spends more time mentoring young artists, helping the next generation find their voice in a world obsessed with fame. He's also found balance, something he once thought was impossible. But there's still a sense of melancholy when he talks about the old days, the beginning, before the cameras, before the world knew his name. Sometimes, he admits, he misses the simplicity of working alone in a small Vegas garage, creating art just for the love of it. It's bittersweet, because the same thing that made him a star also took away the quiet joy he once found in his craft. And maybe that's the tragedy of Ryan Evans, a man whose greatest gift brought him both success and suffering. The man behind the fame. When you strip away the fame, the cameras, and the roar of engines, what's left of Ryan Evans? For years, Counting Cars defined him. It gave him a platform, a purpose, and a spotlight. But now, with fame slowly fading and the world changing around him, Ryan has been forced to confront a question most people never ask until it's too late. Who am I without the work? It's not an easy question to answer for someone who's built their life around passion. For Ryan, painting wasn't just a career. It was his therapy, his escape, his identity. But as the years passed and the world of reality television evolved, the lines between Ryan the artist and Ryan the character began to blur. Fans expected him to be TV Ryan all the time, the fun, witty rock and roll guy with paint-stained hands and a mischievous grin. But real life doesn't always fit inside that version. Off-camera, Ryan has battled self-doubt, anxiety, and burnout, the quiet kind that creeps in when your purpose starts to feel like pressure. The fame that once seemed like validation began to feel like a cage. And yet, through all of that, something remarkable happened. Ryan started finding himself again. Instead of chasing approval from fans or producers, he began creating purely for the love of the craft. The same way he did when he was a kid in Las Vegas, sketching flames on paper and dreaming of hot rods. He's taken on smaller projects, ones that speak to his soul rather than his paycheck. He's even begun exploring art outside of cars, experimenting with airbrushing, murals, and charity work. To those who know him best, this version of Ryan, calmer, more centered, more real, is the happiest they've seen him in years. Because for the first time, he's no longer defined by the chaos of television. He's defined by peace. Of course, that peace didn't come easy. He's had to let go of friendships that didn't serve him, accept that fame is fleeting, and face the painful reality that not everyone he met along the way was rooting for him. But through all the noise, Ryan found clarity. He realized that the real legacy he wants to leave behind isn't about ratings or recognition. It's about impact. He wants his story to remind people that creativity can heal, that even when the world tries to paint over your purpose, you can still find your color again. He's often said that every car he works on tells a story. But in truth, Ryan's life is the greatest story he's ever created. One of resilience, redemption, and rediscovery. And maybe that's what makes his journey so powerful. Because beneath the grease, the glamour, and the gearheads, Ryan Evans is proof that it's never too late to start over, to rebuild, to redefine, and to rise. He's still the man who brings metal to life, but now he's also the man who's learned how to live again. So maybe the tragedy of Ryan Evans isn't that he fell under fame's heavy hand. Maybe it's that it took him so long to realize that the man beneath the fame was already enough. Ryan Evans will always be remembered as the artist who put soul into steel, the man who turned ordinary cars into rolling works of art. But beneath the fame, the tattoos, and the cool swagger is someone deeply human, someone who's fought battles we'll never fully see. He's been through exhaustion, loss, and heartbreak, but through it all, he's stayed true to himself. Because Ryan Evans isn't just a painter, he's a survivor. And while his journey hasn't been easy, it's a reminder that even the strongest people can hurt, and even the brightest lights can flicker. But what defines Ryan isn't the pain. It's the way he's turned it into something beautiful. His art, his story, his legacy. And maybe that's what Counting Cars was always about. Not just engines and paint, but redemption. The power to rebuild, even when life falls apart. Because for Ryan Evans, every car he restores is a reflection of his own journey. Broken, rebuilt, and reborn, one brushstroke at a time. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the untold truths behind your favorite stars. And remember, behind every masterpiece is a story of struggle, sacrifice, and survival. Because sometimes, the real work of art is the person behind the paint.